government, they're even higher than that. They're the people that are controlling our government. The people who are funding our government to the tune of billions and billions of dollars. We got to wake up. Time to take our country back. Time to actually stand up for something. You can't hide your head any longer. We can't let this keep happening. So thank you for being here. Keep love in your heart. That's all we've got left. Keep the love in your heart. And thank you so much for showing up. And uh, I'm, I'm not going to expect you to say any word unless you want. Would you like to?
Thank you, everybody, for being here for my mom. She's my greatest. She's an amazing mom. Amazing grandma to my kids. She was my best friend. She should be here today. And I miss her so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody showing up. We needed way more than these. This parking lot should be packed. That should have 1,000 people here. Went over to the store to buy some flowers for this for Carol's memory, and all it's packed over there. People just are coming and going, and a few masks. Here you go, 3 or 4 masked people still going, uh, oblivious to what's how important this is, what we're doing right now, and we got to keep this up. So thank you for being here. I want to give the microphone over to Mark now. Mark's been through it all. He's seen it all. He knows. He's done the research, and he has a lot of stories like this that people tell him that never get public. Because a lot of people are scared to go public. Once again, let's thank them for their courage because we need this. Thank you so much. Here's my speaker.
Thanks, Harvey. And yes, thanks to everyone for showing up today. I know we wanted a lot more people here, but thanks to you, Stephanie, for your courage, for posting your story, knowing what would come. Incredible amount of courage. And so, one of the main reasons I'm here is to take the heat from them. They don't deserve to take any of the vitriol that's coming. That's my job. And for anybody listening that wants to send out the hate and the vitriol and the shaming and the ridicule, send it to me. I'll take it. I'm used to it. I actually don't mind it. It's my job to do that, to stand as a shield to this family who shouldn't be having to go through any of this. I want you to imagine for a moment spending a morning with your mother and your daughter. A wonderful morning with laughs, good times. And then your mom unwittingly goes to get her booster as she's supposed to. As the media tells you, pounds home to you that you have to do to be accepted in society. So she does her duty. She goes and gets her booster. 7 minutes later, she falls dead. I want you to think about that, especially you folks at home who are watching this live maybe. I want you to think about it. I want you to put yourself in Stephanie's shoes and how enormously traumatic that is. Completely without any warning. Carol was a healthy woman. and to receive that phone call. Imagine. And then I want you to think about how the media has treated the situation, how the media has treated this family, how the politicians have treated this family, how the establishment has treated this family. John Gormley, you're a disgusting human for putting that in the context that you put it in. They talk about natural causes and the reason why Carol Pearce passed on. But they don't tell you what caused those natural causes. They don't tell you what led up to it. Carol Pearce isn't the only one. There are hundreds of thousands of people around the world that Carol Pearce represents. There's hundreds of thousands of people that have been injured by this experimental mRNA. Natural causes. 7 minutes after taking the booster. 7 minutes. Natural causes. And then John Gormley refers to me as a conspiracy theorist, anti this, anti that. Well, you're damn right I'm anti-death. You're damn right I'm anti-jab that's killing hundreds of thousands of people around the world. You're damn right I'm against that. It's a very emotional situation. It should hit home many, many people in our community. As a community, we should be sharing this grief with Stephanie and her family, as we are here today. But we should be doing it on a much larger scale. But guess what? The politicians don't want anybody to. The media doesn't want anybody to. Because if we actually recognize it, acknowledge it, that puts the responsibility on their shoulders, which they absolutely will not have. So they can acknowledge it. They can't recognize it. So it's up to us, the people, to force it, to talk about it, to ensure they are held accountable for it. We can't let them get away with this. There's so many people that are quietly in support of what we're doing. That's not good enough, people. It's just not good enough.
Right.
All the messages that I get from people supporting what I do and what others do, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I don't need you to tell me the job that I'm doing is good. I don't need that. What I need is for you to get active. What I need is for you to find your courage. What I need is 1,000 people in this parking lot supporting people like Stephanie, people like myself, people like Nadine Wilson. Can I get a hand for Nadine Wilson? The only politician elected in Saskatchewan that's here today. Kevin Waugh, MP for the Conservative Party, where are you? Saskatchewan Party MLA, where are you today? Bev Dubois, City Councillor for this riding, this area, where are you today? Where are you, politicians? I'll tell you where you are. You're hiding because you're responsible for this. All you're concerned about is your paycheck and your pension. People like Nadine Wilson, an elected politician who's actually representing the people. Thank you, Nadine. In a minute, after I shut up, I'm going to invite Nadine to speak.
Awesome.
So, I say this a lot of times in my town hall events and speeches, where, a lot of the reason why this is happening, a lot of the reason why Stephanie has to go through this is because too many of us have checked out. Too many of us have checked out of the political sphere because somebody else is doing it. We've abdicated our responsibility as responsible citizens. We put it in the hands of people we thought had our best interests at heart, and they don't. Now it's time for us to take that responsibility back. The people have the power. It's just we've never exercised it for as long as I've been alive. We need to stand together. We need to unite. We need to speak to our communities. We need to educate our neighbors, our co-workers, our friends, our family, regardless of what they think. And we need to do it with compassion. We need to do it with love. Listen, this machine that the politicians, establishment politicians are part of and coerced and bribed and extorted by is a powerful machine. But the people united are 1,000 times more powerful than that. We just need to get that message across. We need to understand why people, the masses, think the way they do. They do that because they've been propagandized. They've been indoctrinated. They've been turned to zombies. We need to work with that. We have no choice. We have to get into that. We have to push through. We have to bust through that. We have to become the media. That's our responsibility. Yep. This is a tragic, tragic situation specific to Stephanie and her family, but it's happening everywhere. Yep. I get emails regularly. I get messages regularly from people in this province who have been injured by the vax, who have lost loved ones by this vax. All the time I get them. This isn't isolated. So we have to come together. We have to find our courage. We have to stand to this. We have to take back control. We have to take back our responsibility. And when we do that, we'll win and we'll stop this insanity. So thank you. Thank you for coming. Nadine, I want to thank you.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark. I wish I didn't have to be here today. One death is too many. My condolences to Stephanie and her lovely family. I understand your mom was the rock. I'm here today to support you. I don't want to be here today. I wish our government would help us. Our government was put here by the people, for you. And I think what you have to do is let the government know what you want. The government has been telling people what is good for you. But we are all diverse and we want different things. And I think you have to stand up and have a voice now. Absolutely. And say what you want. And knowing politics, the only way to do it is by voting someone in and someone else out.
That's why we have Mark running.
I don't want to talk about politics today because we're here for Stephanie, and as you can see, she's grieving and in shock over what happened. We're all in shock.
Fire them all.
And I feel your pain and I feel your grief. I see you. I see all of you. And I share your anger and bewilderment Saskatchewan was once a beautiful place to live. And Stephanie deserved her mother. Now we'll have an empty place at Thanksgiving. And you have to learn how to live with this loss. It shouldn't be this way. Governments, again, were put there by the people for the people. And I want you to have a voice, and you all have to speak up and say no more. This is enough. All our families have been devastated. This beautiful family sitting here today just breaks my heart. It didn't have to be this way. Saskatchewan was a land where everyone came. We have more people coming into Saskatchewan because we have so much to offer. But I don't even know what to say today. If someone said to me, should I come move to Saskatchewan today? What would you say? What would you tell them? That your government is a disaster because they're not listening to you? Your government wants the best for you. That's what we were told. That's what I was always told. You're going to have to talk to your MLAs, your MPs, talk to everybody you can, communicate. And I'll keep fighting for you. I'll keep trying. I'll fight because we have no other choice. So we won't go on, I can tell. We're exhausted. Would you like to take the mic? Thank you.
Thanks, Nadine Hilson. We need more like her. Lynette was just telling me she has a petition that's going to the International Criminal Court in The Hague. It's a handwritten petition, and I guess that's the one they actually pay attention to. None of that digital stuff means nothing. So she's got a physical copy. If you could sign it, we need as many people as possible to have it. So it makes an impact. Thank you for being here, and let's end this up now because. And remember, the reason we're here is for them, and let's really take it into your heart. Give as much love as you can. This is the time we need it. Thank you.